Hey guys, free pick time. All right, back with another free play. So today I have an NBA play for you guys. We're coming off back-to-back winning days in Masterclass. We got a busy day again today. Lots going on. I got a 2-unit play, NHL, college basketball, Major League Baseball, NBA props. We even got some OHL action going on. Someone commented a while back, said you're really betting junior hockey. Not only are we betting junior hockey, lifetime. 64%. That's how good it is. The biggest problem why I can't dedicate more time to OHL, I can't get the money down that I need. It's very, very challenging to get large bets down on Ontario Hockey League junior hockey. Can't dedicate time. But even with the small amount of time dedicated to it, it's such low-hanging fruit. We're hitting 64%. So we got to play there. I mentioned, got back-to-back winning days. Yesterday was a winning day, and tell me, guys, you ever have days like this where we had a winning day and I went to bed miserable, felt like a losing day? Consensus group won. We had 2 plays in consensus group. We won both of those. We had a winning day in Masterclass, and I went to bed miserable. Houston was 94% to cover in that game, and it would have been the difference between a nice winning day and a great day, like phenomenal day. 94% to win. They were covering the spread by 16 points in the fourth quarter and then just nosedive, bomb. And we ended up losing that game by a half point on a stupid foul for no reason, and hit a free throw, and we were done. So disappointing to lose a game that's 94% to win. Disappointing to lose a game where you're winning by 16 points. Disappointing that Houston is Houston. And disappointing that you lost by half a point. But anyways, it was still a winning day, and it's an important thing in sports betting that you want to maintain a constant level of positivity. And if you can't do that, at least try not to get too high and try not to get too low. And I know that's a big challenge in sports betting. I've talked about it a lot, that emotions are our worst enemy in sports betting. Emotions are the things that cause us to make bad decisions, to chase, to make bets late because we're having a losing day, trying to, crawl back to even. If we were computers and we showed no emotion, we'd be much better at what we do, right? So, you try to eliminate the emotional aspect away from it. Now, the second thing, someone had made a comment, and it's not the first time I've seen the comment, and again, not casting shade, but said, when is enough enough? Like, when are we going to stop betting on, terrible teams like Houston, et cetera, right? So I believe in the last 5 times we bet Houston, I think they've lost 4 times, a couple times in grand fashion. This is a gambler's fallacy, okay? And I just want to talk about this really quickly before I get today's pick in. That often people will see teams that, failing to cover the spread or losing games and whatnot, and, question why anyone would ever put money on them. Well, it's a fallacy in the sense that, if you look at a team like Houston that, failed to cover the spread 4 out of 5 times, by that same logic, you might say if you flipped a coin in the air and it landed on heads 4 out of 5 times, you might say, well, why would anyone ever bet on tails? When in reality, we know that's a 50-50 proposition. Well, sports betting, I'll go one step further, because in sports betting, when teams are failing to cover, the public takes note, okay? The public keys in on bad teams and they fade them. And because of that, you can often find value in those positions. Sometimes those streaks continue on and it looks really bad and people say, well, why the hell would you ever bet on that team? They failed to cover 4 of their last 5 games. It doesn't mean there's not going to be value in the next game, and it doesn't mean there's not going to be great value in the next game. Okay? Over the long run, guys, Vegas does a good job of setting these lines, and they do even a better job of setting trap lines. And that's often the case that you find when teams are failing to cover, when teams are struggling. I have a lot of systems, especially in college basketball, a lot of systems that are kind of centered around this premise of underperforming teams, okay? And over the long term, I've seen pretty amazing return on investments from these underperforming teams that nobody wants to touch, okay? Vegas knows what they're doing, guys. They know how to trap the public on a side. So anyways, I digress. Lots going on today, guys. BenderWins.com for the full card, as always. Today, we are going to go with the LA Lakers minus 2.5. Now, here's another psychological system. I got a few systems on here. Looking at teams that are sub 500, favored over teams that are over 500, right? The eye test, guys, the public looks at this and says, well, why are the Lakers favored? They're favored for a good reason today, guys. And I think the Lakers get this done pretty handily. I have no issue laying the 2.5 points. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully you learned something today. Hopefully you learn something every day when you come to the channel. Longer video. I appreciate you watching it. BenderWins.com for the full card. Best of luck. We'll see you soon.